Hello everyone and welcome back to Stationeers. Right, before we do anything else, let's fix the batteries because as it happens, I messed this one up a little bit. I didn't put down the output for these guys. So let's take care of that real quick, and now these guys are actually supplying the base. So there it is. As soon as the wind picks up, we should be in a lot better place. Right, so in this episode, we will continue building the trading platform, which is all the way up here on level 3. We have the airlock taken care of already, so we will need to have the satellite dish, we will need to have the power connection, which we can place down right now, I suppose. We have this one right here. Alright, what else do we need for that one? I believe cables, right? Let me see, basic landing platform. This one, the kit, we will need to have the data power connection, and yeah, I just need 10 cable coils. Might as well take care of it now. I think I have the basic idea. We will worry about the liquid and gas connections very much later. I want to take care of the basics first. So I think we will have the power connection here, and we will have the satellite dish here. Right. So for that one, we need to pick up this one. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. And that's lost. Okay, that's fine. That's just a, grating, it's fine. So you can go here and cabling, and it's done. And then after we are done, you know, yeah, we can go from here. After we are done with the satellite dish, we also need to print out the console. Obviously, I did write out the code in between episodes, so it is good to go, and it should work exactly.
Incoming.
Oh, okay. So we have a storm in 12-ish minutes. Okay, then let's make this one quick. First things first, let's strip down, and quick. We will need to have the satellite dish. So we need a satellite dish. I mean, if we are going to go for the big one, that would future-proof things, but you know what, yeah, let's just go for the medium, it's fine. I don't want to go too big. It's just a 5x5 anyway, so it's fine. So the satellite dish, what do we need for the satellite dish, by the way? Satellite dish, medium. We need one steel sheet and one plastic sheet. Okay. Do we have those at the ready? Not here. I don't know about the other base. Maybe, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. I will print it one out each, just in case. Also, eat and drink. There. By the way, how are the soybeans? Okay. The soybeans are seeded, so let's pick those up real quick, and then I will stash away the seeds. Let's pick these guys up. Right, we can harvest 3 of them, and I will replant 2 of them, but from the actual plants, not from the seeds. The seeds I want to keep at the ready in case something is getting mixed up, and we might as well take care of the soybeans now. Let's make 4 milliliters of oil. Or, sorry, yeah, 4 milliliters. And there we go. Once we are ready, we can start making some French fries. That's great. So, satellite dish, right, plastic. You can start printing out some plastic sheets. I don't think we have plastic sheets in the other base. Plastic sheets. Just 2 of them will do for now. We only need 1. There, and then let's start printing out the console now. Alright, and for that one we do need to have the silicon. Do we have any excess steel? No, we don't. I mean, I suppose we should have steel sheets in the other base. At least I think so. Anyways, we will need modular consoles. The base pieces we will need, I believe, 3 of them. I think we are going to use the big console once again. The one that has the same as this one, just the 3 tile wide one version. So we need 3 of these. That's one. After this one more. And then we will need to have... Oh, I don't remember exactly how many. It has been a long time since I wrote this code, so it is a bit rusty in my head. I think we will need... Let me see... These ones, I think... These can wait. Yeah, the labels can wait. The inputs... Now, these ones, I believe we need... Let me see... 3 for the dials. And 1 more. I think we need 4 of these. Because we will have 3 dials. 1 for the vertical, 1 for the horizontal, and 1 for the power settings. And we also need to have 1 for the power for the console itself. So right, I think we only need 4. But you know what? Play it safe, let's have 6 of them. I think it's going to be better that way. So that's 5, 1 more. And then we need a couple of these displays as well. And there. Now these ones, I believe we will need 2 for each of the position adjustments. And that's 4 already. We will need 1 for the power, 1 for the... 2 for the switches. That's 6. We will need 1 computer as well. I don't know, are they coming in finished? Let me see, computer. The one on the console, this one. Yeah, this one comes straight from the kit, it's fine. We don't need anything extra for it. And I think that's it. Right, okay. So I think 6 of them should do it, but you know what? Play safe, let's have 8 of them. After that, I will print out a couple of labels and I think we can go. Right, 1 more, and then a bunch of labels, and I think that is good to go. Oh, right, and we'll need a lot of cabling as well. I will bank on the assumption that we do have some, whatchamacallit, some steel sheets in the base. Let's hope we don't regret that assumption. Anyways, I don't really need how many of these labels we need. I am flying a little bit blind because, well, I did reinstall my Windows recently and that made me lose the screenshots that I had of the console. I do have the code obviously because that was saved, so that's fine, but I don't really have the console itself. I think 12 of that should do it. Yeah, I think that should be alright. Right, anything else? We are good on food and water. There, anything else we want to do here? Alright, cabling. A lot of heavy cabling. We will need to hook everything up and we have to use heavy cabling because, well, now we are dealing with 7.5 kilowatts of power and, well, small cables will not be able to handle it. Good. Okay, how are we doing on water these days? It is 6.8 liters. We can do better. Yeah, I know. I keep switching off the tablet even though I did, tell it to switch on if we have a storm incoming. I have no idea how many of these cables we will need. We will need a lot of them, I suppose. We still have plenty of time, so that's fine. I guess we can go with, I don't know, 1 stack. And I suppose we can set up at least the modular console, so we have the correct version at the ready, this one. Oh, right. How is the nitrogen in the base these days? It is still 2.7%. I think we started at 3%, and now we are 0.30 less. I think it should be okay. I think we can grow maybe 2 or 3 more times of the soybeans. After that, we will run out of nitrogen, and then we will need to sort out the source of nitrogen for the base. I have no idea how I will deal with that. The thing is that breeding is a bit unreliable, and smelting is, well, that's not a lot. I don't know. I guess we will see. Anyways, I think we can stop 2 more. Yeah. Let's have a full stack. So that's 1. And that's 2. Okay, so that is a full stack cabling. Let's take 1 less sip of water, 1 less bite to eat, and we can go. Also, how is the suit? It is okay, but just vent out the waste, and now we can go. Right. Where do we have the cables? We have them running through this way. I will set up the console now. So, right. The console will be this one, right up against the window. Just like this. Then we will have... yeah, I will set up the console now. Right, so we will need to have the displays. One of them will be the computer. Just like this, and that will leave us this amount of space. Also, right, I forgot about the communication motherboard, but that one can wait. So, let me see if I remember correctly. Two small displays, then 2 big displays under them. Like that, and then we will need to have 2 small diodes, one here and one here, right? And there's a storm, so we are stuck inside for a little bit. Good. Display wise, I think that is all we need. No, wait. Display. We need to have one more for the power readout. That's a label diode. We need to have the LED display. You can go right there. As for the inputs, right, we will need to have a flip switch, which will be like this. Yeah, off position. That's correct. And then need to have a couple of diodes, but preferably in the correct position, so like that and like that. Right, anything else? I think that... no, wait, we need to have one more for the power as well. I suppose... yeah, you can go here. It's fine. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Right. We can start labeling. So we will have a triple this label here. I suppose we can have a triple label here as well. Okay. We just need to print out the motherboard for communications, and that's it, I believe. Okay then. Let's start naming things next. So, let's take a look at the code. Edit, library, and treat console, import. And here's the code. So we will need to have two diodes. Let me see, confirm. We will have the off diode. We will have the on diode. And then what else? This is going to be the vertical. So might as well label it now. Vertical, horizontal. This is going to be the on-off switch, and in this way, off, on, because off and on, and this is going to be the power readout. Right, the rest of them are fillers. Right, so we will need to have the vertical current. That is not it. This is the current display. And then we will need to have the target display, I believe. Yes. Vertical target display. Then this is going to be the horizontal target display. And this is going to be the, copy this one, the horizontal current display. I will explain how this one works after everything is good to go. Then let me see what else. Vertical current, vertical target, power display. Right. Those are the dials. The vertical dial, the horizontal dial, and the power dial. Right, we still need to have the on-off switch, which is the power switch, and everything else should be good to go at this point. All right, and we need to name the computer as well, because this will not only turn off the satellite dish, it will also turn off the entire console. So we need to have power switch, turn off for now. And this is the read computer, I believe. Let's double check. Read comp, okay. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Right, so this is just the read comp. Okay, I think this one is pretty much named okay at this point. Okay, we can start wiring things up. Right, oh right, and don't forget, we still need to have a housing and a chip as well. Don't forget. Anyways, now these cables can start going outside and we can start wiring things up on the outside. Also, do we have... Yes, we do have some steel sheets. Good. Right, we can go outside. Now we will need to pick up some of the gratings, and this time I will do it with empty hands. So let me see, I think we need to pick up this one. Right, the satellite dish will go right here, and we need to pick up the rest of the gratings. That's fine. Do we need to pick up all 6 of them? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Just make sure we put them back. So right, that is the correct position. Right, and now put them back before we fall down. And... oh jeez. Okay, that was an accident. Oh well. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Don't worry, we can print out more in a bit. So we need to print out 5 of them. That's fine. In fact, only 4 of them because we have 1 extra in the base. Right. Right, we might as well go home and print it out. We need to print out a couple of extra things anyways. It's not fun cabling into a storm anyway, so take care of it now. Okay, and the storm is over. Thankfully it was relatively short. Right, quickly fly home. By the way, the jetpack, yeah, the jetpack needs a bit of a switch. There we go. Right, so we need 4 grating, then what else? Do we have the iron outside? No, we don't. Let's take care of the gratings first. So we need to have gratings, these, and also, since we are at it, we might as well print out the railings, because obviously I want to have some safety on that platform. And I think I will replace the steel frames, or not the steel frames, but the wedge pieces with the cladding pieces. Anyways, that's enough. That's more than enough. So that's fine. And then we'll need... Right, let's print out the cladding as well. So cladding. How many do we need exactly? We will need 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. And also I want to have maybe 2 more, because I want to have these to be a little bit longer. So I think I will print out 12 of them. Right. And I think that's pretty much it. 1 extra. It's fine. No, wait. 2 extra. That's fine. And the railings. How many do we need? So we need to have 15 for the platform itself and 6 on each side for the walkway, so that's 21. Right, so railing please. 21. And the rest of the stuff can go back in here and we can start printing out the rest of the electronics. Right, so we'll need to have 1 housing. For this one we need some solder. Just the 1. As for this one, and that's enough. Okay, fine, a bit of extra, but we are used to it by now. So that's fine, and what else? No, just the IC10, and I think it's good to go. Yeah, I think so. So that's the housing, then we need to have the IC10. For that one we need to have electrum. Just the 1, please. And how are you guys doing? You are still thriving towards fruiting. That's great. I don't want to leave them seeded for too long, because I suspect that they are still consuming nitrogen when they are already fruited, so I want to make sure that we harvest them before it's too late. Anyways, might as well eat and drink since we are at home. Good, so there's a chip. Anything else? Vent out the waste. You can turn off, I think. Oh, right, motherboard. Almost forgot the motherboard. We need to have the communications, and for that one we need some silver, which is right here. 1 of these. And I will drop down the console pieces. We don't need these right now. Ideally they should go into the base, but whatever. Right. Anything else? I will pick up some oxygen, even though I think we will be fine. What else? I think that's it. If not, I suppose we can just come back, but I think it's going to be it. Right, let's make sure we don't fall down, so take care of the gratings first. there, and then this one will go inside. In fact, we might as well cycle the airlock now. And then let's take care of the cabling next. Okay, as far as I can tell, the cabling should be fine, but we will need to make sure. So next up, we need to take care of the satellite dish. There we go. And yeah, it is switched on. And you are switched on. Okay, so the cabling is fine. Okay, we can go inside. Right, the IC10, I think it can go right here. Oh no, wait, here. This is where we have the room, so the housing, for that one we need to pick up the grating, or we can put it on the wall. I think that would be a bit easier, but we still need to pick up the grating because it is hidden on unless I go downstairs, but it's fine. There, then you come with us. And you will go on the wall instead. Right, it has power. So as far as I can tell, things should be good to go. Also, you can close, good. And right, let's go ahead and load the code onto the chip. Export, in you go, and I don't think we need to set any of the devices, so you can start operating right now. And there we go, lovely. It seems to be working. So let's take a look. If I turn this one on, then this LED will turn green. Exactly, and everything springs to life. Except, oh right, I didn't name the satellite dish. The satellite dish, I believe, is just set dish, if I remember correctly. Set dish. And yes, okay, it turned on all by itself. I suppose I could label the landing pad itself. I didn't include that one in the code. I forgot about that one. For now it will do. Also, since we are out here, might as well take care of the railing too. Okay, things should be a bit more safe now. Let's go and go inside, and I think we can start looking at the code. Right. So, we also have the green futures, which is currently trading at the old base. That's fine. Right. Also, this one should be yellow, I believe, right? Maybe I didn't set the color. Anyways, edit and pause. Let me take a look. I did set the color of the... Are we using the small one? Current... Right, I am using the small display. Let's just use the big one. Confirm. So now it should be okay after I override the code. Override there, export. And now it's okay. Right. So, edit and pause. So, we have the usual start setups at the very start, and then we start, yield, pretty standard. So, at the start, I will set the dials every time the code runs, because technically speaking, we can accidentally change the values on these displays, but if I reset the settings every time this code runs, it should be a bit safer. So there it is. Edit and pause. And then it should be a relatively simple setup. We will load the setting on the power switch, and depending on the setting, it will switch either the red or the green diode if it's off, the red diode will come on. If it's on, the green one will come on. So that's pretty standard. And then we will send that on or off signal to everything relevant. So the satellite dish, the different displays, and the 3D computer as well. I don't want to switch the power on the base console itself because I don't know if it will allow us to read the setting of the switch if the base console is turned off, so that one will always be on. And then we will load the setting of the power dial. We are only doing steps every 100 watts. Unfortunately, once again, these dials can only go between 0 and 999, so we have to make some compromises. We will go from 75 to 0. So 75 will be 7.5 kilowatts. And once again, we'll send that to the satellite dish and the power display. And here is where I have done something new. I always wanted to do actual functions in the MIPS coding language, and now I have achieved that. Basically, all we are going to do is load the different relevant names and logic values and then use those to deal with the code. For example, here we'll load the vertical values. So into R1 we are going to load the vertical logic type. So basically these orange numbers. So for example, we are going to override the vertical setting on the satellite dish with this one. And then we will load the name of the vertical dial, the two displays, and then we will push these names into this function. So after we are done moving the values into the registers, we will jump to the relevant section of the code with the jump AL command. It will allow us to basically store the current line into a RA register, and once we are done, we'll jump back to that number. So, okay, technically speaking, it's not storing the current line, it is storing the next line. So after this line is done, and we are done with the actual function, it will jump to the next line after this line. But anyways, in here is pretty standard. We are going to load the setting from the dial, override the displays and the satellite dish, and that's pretty much it. We also do a little bit of math, but that's about it. I do a bit of math because I wanted to make sure that we only display a single integer after the fractional point, because having two numbers after the decimal point is a little bit much. So I think a single number is enough. Anyways, after that, we will do the same for the horizontal. So load the horizontal logic type, the horizontal dial, horizontal target display, current display, and all that, and do the same thing all over again. So we'll do the same thing, but now with the horizontal settings, and then jump back to the start. Jump back to the original line, and after that we can jump back to the start. Right. I think this should work. So confirm. You can go back to the inventory, and if we change the setting, for example, the vertical setting on the... Yeah, it is working. Okay, just make it a bit quicker. Yeah, 24. Now, I do have two different displays here. One of them is the setting on the dial, and one of them is the current position of the satellite dish. So this is the target, and this is the current setting of the satellite dish. I think it should be fairly self-explanatory what each of these do. Okay, might as well set the power all the way to 75, and we could call down this Meteor Mechanics trader if we wanted to. Do we want to? Yeah, you know what, might as well. Meteor Mechanics. That sounds like a tool trader, but I guess we'll see. Let's take a look. And that will do it. So, can you please come down? Landing pad is unpowered. I didn't switch it on. Okay, I suppose it's a good excuse for us to change the code a little bit. So turn on the landing pad. There, and this is going to be the landing pad. Sure. I want to add this one to the power. Okay, we can go inside. And also, I did notice that the power display is not correct. When I switched the settings, I didn't switch the actual code, the main code part of the power display. But anyways, now you should be able to come down. So you land, please. There you go. Let me see. There you are. Okay, nice. We have a new trader. And yeah, let's just change the code now. So you import edit. So we need to change the power display first. This one, every single power display should be changed. For example, this one, and that's it. No, wait, this one as well. Now that's it. Confirm. And now it should display the correct value on the display. Yes, it does. 7.5 kilowatts. I will take a look at you in a second, don't worry. But I still want to add the landing pad settings. So let me see. Landing pad. Oh, there it was. Not the computer. Where is it? Data and power. That's the one. So we need to have this hash code. Right. So edit, pause, and right here we need to add the same thing. Okay, copy this one first. There, and then we can copy the hash code. Good, and we need to have the landing pad. So theoretically, if we switch the power switch, the landing pad itself should turn off as well. Theoretically, at least. Confirm. Export the code onto the chip. And you can go back. Let's take a look. So if we switch this one off, the landing pad also turns off. Good. But we need to have everything online for us to talk to the trader anyways. So let's go ahead and talk to him. Yeah, as expected, it's a two trader. Anything you want to offer that would interest us? Not really. Are you selling? Oh, sorry, are you buying anything? Some food, but nothing we can make right now. Okay, well, the landing platform is operational. Very nice. Okay, let's take care of the supports next. That is completely cosmetic, don't forget, but still I want to have it done correctly. So let's pick up these real quick. Okay, I think the main frames are where they need to be. Now we can place down the cladding. So, let's place down the solid wall pieces first, which will go right on under these. Let me see. All right, that way. And one over here as well. And the same on the other side. Good, and now we need to have the wedge pieces, which are these, but upside down. And there we go. Okay, obviously they still need a bit of welding, but other than that, I think this is a bit better this way. A bit more gentle and looks a bit more like a proper support. Okay then, yeah, let's just go home and take care of the waste tank real quick. Okay then, so waste tank. That's done. Might as well switch out the oxygen now. Good. And what else? So the trading is good to go. It has the railings, it has the support. Yeah, might as well print out a couple of extra steel sheets. You guys. For that one, obviously we need to have the actual steel ingot. There you are. Right. How many we need exactly? We need to have one there and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. Yeah, just print out a bunch. We will need these eventually. Other than that, yeah, I think the trading is pretty much good to go. I don't think we need to change anything on this one. Obviously, later on we will expand it with liquid and what else? The gas input output, maybe a tank or two, but other than that is fine. Right, maybe we can set up a couple of extra ACs for cooling the gases if we need to trade them. But that's about it. But that one will come very much in the future. I don't want to mess with that right now. Anyways, how are the soybeans? They are still growing, but I think the next phase will be the fruited stage. After that they will go to seed. So we might want to keep an eye on them. Other than that, yeah, I think we can go water-wise. Let me take a look. 8.45. Also we need to drink now, so 7 point something. Yeah, just keep making water, it's fine. Okay, so the supports are now good to go, I think. Now, do we want to paint the underside gray or leave them orange? Because, well, let's take a look. If we take a look, they match up with the actual base walls, but they don't really match up with the actual frames. So if you paint them gray, I think they would match a bit better. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Okay, I think we can go inside. I think we should have the spray gun and the canister of gray paint still in the base. Let me see. And the spray gun and the gray paint. Oh, there you are. They are together already. Yeah, I think I will paint them gray. Also, I think I will send away this trader. They are not much use to us, so yeah, don't hog the landing pad, please. Okay, you can go. And next up, let's paint the underside of these claddings. Let's see, does it look alright? From a distance it looks alright, I think. And from down here, yeah, I think this one looks a bit better this way. Right. As far as I can tell, the landing pad is done, at least for the time being. Obviously, at some point we will add the different inputs and outputs, but for now, I think we can leave it as it is. Right, let me quickly go upstairs, turn it off because we don't want to waste power on this. And also, how is the base atmosphere these days? I didn't really take a look. First things first, you switch off. Good. So everything turns off. Yeah, nothing eats power. Good. And the base itself. Okay, we can turn off the volatiles filtering. Also, we could eat, but that's fine. You can turn off. First, turn off the venting in. Wait until this one is finished and only then turn on the safety switch. We want to make sure that, you know, if we turn this one on, it will automatically switch from the inside to the outside venting, which is not great. We don't want to waste any of the CO2 that we have already harvested. So you go ahead and almost there. And by the way, the base is 71 degrees Celsius. It is getting better, but it will take a long time. Even with this double cooling setup, it is still super slow. Well, not a surprise. The problem is that CO2 is the best gas for storing heat, and that means that we need to have a lot of energy coming out of it. Well, not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Anyways, we'll start cooling once the black hole goes down. Also, very happy to see that the batteries are full. So yeah, we do have enough power going through. Anyways, you are empty. And you are empty. Okay, safety switch can go back on. And we do have 2.6 megapascals, so I think this one will be fine. As for you, yeah, we still have a lot of volatiles in here. Unfortunate. But wait, 39.4 kilopascals. Why are you not pressurizing to 50 kilopascals? Ah, never mind. 50 kilopascals, what was I looking at? Ah. No, wait, the room itself is 39.4 kilopascals. Oh, right, because I'm standing on top of the vent, that's why. Over here, it's okay, right. That mystery is solved. Yeah, might as well put down most of this stuff. We don't need to carry all this stuff around. You can merge with the rest of these there. Right. Well, with the trading sorted, what do we want to concentrate on next? Cooling, not much we can do, we just need to leave it to it. It's fine. Next up, should we bring over the printing? Technically speaking, we have the room for it. We can hook them up to the power. They would be right here, so they would be great, but I'm a bit reluctant about it because, well, having to go home to print our stuff is a perfect excuse for us to strip down and, you know, get rid of the stink. And I don't really want to set up a shower right now. That would be a bit too much. What else? I suppose we can print out a bunch of lockers for the storage. We could also, take care of the downstairs landing area, basically. So we could make this room a bit bigger. We could have a suit storage. We could have, I don't know, other stuff that we might need at some point. So, right, it's a bit too late to get started on that one right now, but maybe in the next episode we'll do that. Also, before we go, let's take a look at the greenhouse also. What do you need exactly? We don't really want to buy anything at this point. I think we don't really need any of these right now. But we could sell him a consumables package, a ship repair package, and some CO2. Right. And the genetic analyzer and one pipe utility kit. Okay, I will try to keep this in mind. I suppose we could get started on the CO2. I will try to remember it for the next episode. For now, let's just strip down. So vent out the waste, strip down, eat, drink, and alright, and the soybeans. They are still going towards fruiting. I expected them to have fruited already, but oh well. We can cook at least one potato. In fact, I will cook both of them. I suspect this one will not be enough to satiate us. Right, we need 20% more. I suppose we can harvest the next potato. Right. Also, you can turn off. And yeah, I think we need to stop making some water right now. It is not the best, but we are starting to run a bit low on power. Yeah, let's just do it. I will try to remember to turn it off in the morning. For now, I will run it for the rest of the night and then we will turn it off. Anything else? No, I don't think so. I think we can say goodbye for now and pick things up in the next episode. So, for now, all that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.